Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda, heroes like Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to a 1v1 on Pachino Stalemate. In the northwest is window shopping fun for the German army. Deutschland here with the 15th Panzergrenadier Division sent in to secure Pachino after the Italian Coastal Reserve Division holding it suddenly vanished, which actually happened during the Second World War. We got sappers, we got Australians here for Panoremics as he and the British 7th Armoured Division push ahead here, looking to, of course, exploit the sudden disappearance of the Italian troops. So we got double pioneers, grenadiers versus double sappers and Australians. No battle group yet of window shopping, though his battle groups are certainly arguably a bit more infantry-oriented, and two of them concern those who played more defensively. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. So, aggressive capturing here, moving of course to the center, which you typically want to do in Pachino Stalemate due to the great fact that, like, you know, easy to cross over and set up shop in a building over the field point. So, it does tend to devolve around, like, these two buildings here a lot here on the map if you're not careful. And we can see here, of course, that's exactly what Panoramics is doing versus window shopping, setting up shop here, rushing in there. Window shop is going to have to commit forces to defend the fuel point because it doesn't hold that. It's going to be very difficult to, like, compete with his opponent fuel-wise, but also it's going to really just hurt his fuel economy early on. More Australians out here for Panoramics. Pretty standard with this battle group. You go for a bunch of them versus the Wehrmacht. Versus the DAC, you don't commit too heavily on them because they are more vulnerable to light vehicles. But versus the Wehrmacht, the light vehicle that can really, you know, give you trouble is the Kettenkrater. That's not because it can damage your units, so... Problem MD4 sitting up here, engaging the RCs here by the field point, ripping them down up northeast. Sapper sneaking up. We got the Pioneers as well, and we got the Grenadier squad actually in the southeast. Surprisingly enough, you never committed it up here to, like, support the fighting here, which is a bit of a neutral move. They typically you'd have more like the Grenadiers around here than the Pioneers moving down there, but I digress. Machine gun being sent in center here on its own. Bit risky, obviously, but he's probably going to set up shop here, cover the area here, make it harder for Panoramics to, of course, make another push on that field point, which will certainly help slow down some British attacks here. They, of course, will be vulnerable to flamethrower teams or a mortar. So this isn't exactly like, you know, a permanent fixture, and obviously you shouldn't be using a machine gun for that anyways, but it can buy him some time, but he needs to, like, you know, not forget about it. Another Grenadier squad on the way there for Mr. Window shopping. Got Bartwire here looking to cut off a potential path for the opponent to move up down the field point. North Pioneer spotted by the sappers, Sten guns versus MP40s. Pioneers went in the center. They go, almost got this wide off. Can't quite close it off permanently. I think should at least make it a bit tougher. Second Grenadier squad ready. No battle group yet. Perhaps he goes for another Grenadier squad if he goes to the officer's quarters, or if he just takes up from here. I mean, in this regard, window shopping does have several paths to pursue as the Wehrmacht. There are decisions that he can make, but the question, of course, what decision does he, you know, ultimately commit to? No flamethrower ship for Panoramics, so maybe he's not intending to push for that, or he's got mortars. Bit more Bartwire here, again, trying to, like, close off this gap. Again, on edges of the map, it becomes difficult to actually close off, like, any gaps like that. Going for the cutoff points. Sneaky move there. This is, of course, another move you can do if you want to harass the opponent's fuel point on this map, but can't, of course, get to it directly. You can just go for the cutoff points. So, one cutoff being threatened, also got the fuel point not being hit. Very smart play by Panoramics, basically staying clear of any major points of contention out of window shopping. Who's going for the Luftwaffe company in a bit of a rare display there. Panzergrenadier company do, of course, the PaK-40s, and to a lesser degree, the Panzergrenadiers, of course, been very popular as of late. Grenadiers against the Australians, charging in. Then we got 3 Australian sections, 2 sapper sections. Window shopping there. Again, defending the fuel point, but if it was actually the cutoff points, it won't matter as much either. So, a bit of a tough spot there. We got Jägers here for window shopping in the German army. No battle group yet. Could be Breakthrough, could be Luftwaffe, though less likely to be Italian Coastal, because at this point most players would have picked it already. But yeah, the machine gun just doing here, sitting there, obviously doesn't do him anything, and the opponent, of course, stays clear of it. So, smart play, of course, with Panoramics. Effectively just means the machine gun isn't going to be doing too much. Grenadiers, I think, is going to transfer them out. They're so low on health here. Could send them out, but it's going to, like, you know, bleed out. Yeah. And this kind of also has the other benefit I'll just briefly explain here, as it, of course, is he transfers out. So, again, he doesn't have to worry about healing them up. Of course, he'll just get a full health Jaeger squad out there. So that's kind of a bit of a trick you can do there. If you got, like, a low health Grenadier squad early on, got either the Luftwaffe company or the Panzer Grenadier company, you can just transfer them out, skip the whole healing business, and get out something a bit more, you know, oomph, like, as well there. We got breakthrough, we got rapid production here, so we might be seeing some fast 2-to-1 here or fast field events, but right now though, due to good play with panoramics, and again, window shopping again a bit to rely on the machine there covering up that point. Most of the map has fallen here to the British Army. Of course, we now got the Jaegers with the scope G33s, which get bonuses against German cover, so the cover is less effective against them. We've got Sabbath flanking in, they need to quit scenario with them. Other Jaeger squad up with the G33s, the Gewehr 43. Sabbath they're taking heavy damage though, getting focused down by semi-automatic Rifle 5, of course does a lot of damage. We could see a wipe here in panoramics, and got it! We do get the Australians up here, but they're getting focused down still. Semi-automatics versus bolt actions, and even the Lee Enfield could fire pretty fast for a bolt action. They even have what was known as the map minute, but with training they could fire pretty fast. It's still not going to be able to really compete with the semi-automatic. Surprising enough, you treated both there. Machine being pushed out by the mortar, but still, that was overall fairly solid. He wiped an Australian section, he wiped the sapper sections. Of course, he still needs to get resources back, otherwise he is going to be outdone in terms of fuel by his opponent, but inflicting heavy manpower losses like that is still pretty good here for window shopping and the German army. 2-to-1 out there, the lighter Panzer Wagner is upgrading immediately for the Panzer Buchse. He's clearly concerned about a Humber or anything like that, so obviously wants the counter ready. Of course, if he pops it too soon, his opponent will know it and may not go for said vehicle. So, yeah, he cancelled right there. I think he realised he might have been a bit too ahead of the curve there. It's not that the upgrade necessarily is bad versus light vehicles, but if you blow it too soon, the opponent's not going to go for light vehicles. The problem is it's not particularly great versus, you know, medium armor of any kind, so it's a bit of a risky thing there. We can't, you know, go for it too early or your opponent's going to likely just not, you know, play into it. But there you go. We do get the Humber now for panoramics. Of course, now he could upgrade it if he knew his opponent was. And of course, he won't, as he's cheating. Or he really, really knows his opponent well. Modifying an MD42. Map control this looking better. We got the medics on the way there for window shopping. North Heat Jaegers engaging those Australians. Archer there goes down to heavy Australian fire from the Lee Enfields. 2-to-1 of course now needs the upgrade but doesn't, and of course we sort of see the other end of it, which of course goes through too late, but also leaves his armored car in a way where it cannot have time to like get away from a Humber. It easily gets stopped out. This is, shall we say, the other end of this spectrum there. He basically overplayed his armored car without an upgrade, but also left it again in a way where it like has no time to respond to a Humber. So the Humber pretty much just got the opening hand, volleys in there and just beat things up. Maybe finding up north, he needs to withdraw that Jaeger squad before it gets wiped out by the Humber, because it will die after that Jaeger squad as soon as it retreats and get a wipe here, unless he's concerned about Panzer strikes, which it could be. Yeah, he is. So that's a good bit lucky for window shopping, of course. He hasn't yet gone for the Panzer strikes, but of course his opponent will assume that. Fuel upon render neutral, we got another 2-to-1 here, so he really wants to go for the armored car with the upgrade here versus panoramic, so he's gone for a fresh Australian squad here. Jaeger sitting mines, Glennie's being handled with the Humber. This 2-to-1, I imagine, yeah, is going to be upgraded with the Panzer Buchse 41. Which basically means anti-tank rifle 41, and of course tells you that the Germans thought of it as a very heavy anti-tank gun, whereas most armies thought of it as a light, well, anti-tank rifle. I'm talking nonsense. No, they thought of it as a heavy anti-tank rifle, whereas most armies thought of it as a very light anti-tank gun. Fun facts there. More mines here, of course, good work with panoramics. Note, by the way, this is sort of a workshop modification done on the front lines, where they upgrade some of these by just smacking this gun on it, but it was not something they really made in factories. Fun fact. They'd also mount this gun in some armored half-tanks, less meant to platoon leader vehicles for the Panzer Pioneers, as an example. And the 250 half-tanks actually also had those guns mounted, in which case they'd form up a tank hunter unit in the very early stage of the war. Osses pushed out here, Jaegers pushing in after them, machine gun wipe, it's going to eat the ponies on that. Victory punch wise, Panoramic's also got the lead here. Window shopping definitely needs to do some catching up here. I mean, he's really starting to gain like any kind of control here. Got defensive attacks out of Panoramics, means 17 Panner guns of the static kind and Bofors. Got the northern victory point. So we'll have to see what window shopping does next. I mean, merging with some of the Jaegers could be a smart idea there. Got the Australians pushing it for that fuel point, though keep in mind he's got this building occupied with them and it is very low and healthy, a very risky move. And yeah, I think Panoramics realizes he was about to possibly lose the squad very easily. There you go, Grenadier. Promote it to Jaeger. Southern point here, Pioneer's busy. Need to get that fuel point back. You got vehicle repair for Panoramics. You could also start taking up soon, whereas window shopping is definitely nowhere close being able to take up. And there you go. Got the 221-28 going for that Humber, but obviously falls very short of it. Australians, of course, with their scope the Enfield, which also have bonus against units heavy covers of, because it's got 2 squad versus 1. And the Australians obviously have the upper hand by far. There you go, Grenadiers flanking in. Does compromise the entire situation as Panoramics just hits retreat there. Could have arguably withdrawn from that with them a bit. And we got a 3rd Jaeger squad here for window shopping. More Jaegers are the 1 and 14th Jaeger Division, which is one of only 2 Jaeger divisions in Italy. In fact, there are more Fallschirmjäger divisions and more Gebirgsjäger divisions than there were Jaeger divisions in Italy. So there's a fun fact. Oh wait, 3rd Jaeger squad right around the corner.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
There you go, that's triple the Jaegers now here. Gives them a good amount of infantry. We got smoke deployed here in case there's a machine gun, something like that around here. Smart play there by Panoramics.
The enemy holds all victory points.
All victory points seized by the British again. Window shopping needs to keep up the pace here. Got Luftwaffe quarters. You got more scope G for the feast there for window shopping. It's the Germans. Australians, they're caught, routed, Humber hanging back, waiting for the right time to strike against those bloody Garys in the center. Australians bring up, catching the Jaegers. Pioneers close to, biting the bullet and then some. Officers' quarters ready.
We have finished the research.
That's going to help out the Jaegers and the armored car. Allow them to both, of course, hit Veterans 1 immediately if they have the hit there, but also allow them to Veterans 2 and 3 faster, which is obviously quite good as well there. Australians being a bit surrounded here. Need to be careful not to get too dug in while the mortar's still about. Could try and hit the mortar through the southern angle here, but decides not to push in. Which gives, of course, Panoramics more time to get aggressive. Hitting that cutoff point. Window shopping, of course, likely planning Blitzkrieg next. Then I'm guessing either command tank or a Tiger tank. Surprised we haven't seen any Panzerschrecks out of him. Then again, he's also been short munitions. And he's clearly prioritizing the G33s with scopes. Support elements, so Wirbelwinds, maybe some Marders. Pioneers going for the Sappers 2 versus 1. That's at the Sappers of Veterans 1. Looks like they don't have any training. Meanwhile, Panoramics Tech Up is going for the Matilda 2. That will absolutely require the Marders because the 2-1 with a Panzerbüchse is absolutely not going to cut it. Making progress in the south there, though. Jaegers still making progress, Grenadiers as well there. And of course, also another crucial element, but the Matilda 2 is also pretty good versus Jaegers with Panzerschrecks. As it obviously molds them, but also the Panzerschrecks don't do an awful lot of damage to it. Can even fail to penetrate. So, the Matilda is actually like a really good counter versus what window shopping could potentially do. And has done. He will absolutely need Marders here against the Matilda 2. He's going to get completely crashed. But I imagine his priority will be the Wirbelwind to help deal with the infantry more aggressively, as the Australians are giving him a phenomenally hard time of things. 6 point on the movie here. We got the Matilda moving up for the south side. There we go. Marder Fleet Model M here for window shopping. Lightly anticipating, of course, with the way he's focused his forces, that he might get hit by Matilda 2. At least he's going to need some heavy anti-tank weapons. Marder 3 Ausführung M out. Thumbs up. Foot guards here for Panoramics. As the Matilda 2 rips through the Jaegers there. Like a plague rips through a medieval township. North here, pioneers of the sappers need more heavy firepower to deal with that. Matilda should probably be a bit supported by infantry, but we got the Marder 3 out. The later model there, with the whole compartment more towards the rear, whereas earlier models were more towards the centre of the whole Panzer 38T chassis. Fun fact, we got infantry in there for panoramics.
The enemy has claimed our territory for
Upgrade.
their own.
Ordering the Marder not just to only focus on vehicles, but also not to fire at all. Locking it down. There we go. Engaging the Marder there. Shot them with this Pack 40. Another great shot. Those Marder production will eventually be stopped, and all production will be moved towards the Hetzer and self-propelled artillery like the Grille.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
Of course, Marder still should serve towards the end of the war, so still had a bunch of them, but they'd be slowly shifted from, shall we say, Panzer divisions, Panzer divisions, to more infantry division work, and just wherever they could get out of them. Little fun facts there. Matilda 2 need repairs. We've got the mortar there set up. Mortars for window shopping.
We are down to 200 points.
Foot guards going for the Jaegers. We'll need more fire support. He honestly needs to then withdraw the Jaegers. We can't do that. Interesting enough, though, he's not pushing closer with the foot guards here, which means the Jaegers definitely get some more damage in from a slightly safer distance, relatively speaking. Got the exchange moving up. Of course, all at this point have been upgraded with the Scopely Enfield. MD4 setting up sharp here. Could still try and push on the fuel point. His own mortar is out. The Granadenwerfer.
Territory sector lost.
Of course, British mortar fight immediately starts, hammering the MD42 nest. And in 90 was 490, and up north here, marching off from the Jaegers. Again, very consistent mining with panoramics is consistently slowing down window shopping. So, thumbs up to that, lads. Howdy hell, boys. Marder 3 hanging back. We got the mortar there trying to silence the British mortar. Matilda there being repaired. Sappers hard at work fixing up all the damage. And we got the exchange going for the Jaegers here. Scout weapons versus scout weapons. Mortar fire there, landing in a cut. Just withdraws here. Second Marder out, obviously responds to Matildas plus more Matildas. And I imagine he's just feeling fairly happy with the performance of his Jaegers. He could upgrade the final Jaeger squad with the scope T-33s as well, or he could go for Panzerschrecks. But if he's committing heavily to Marders, it does make more sense to go for just more G33s of the scope kind. Up north, foot guard strike in, catching the unupgraded Jaeger squad in a bad spot. Straining force wing to the center. Marder then needs to be careful. 6-pounder gun in the radius, shoots, whiffs. Mortar firing the British mortar. Grenadiers inside the church. Quickly forced to vacate the premises before they get violently defenestrated. Machine gun there covering the main road. Marder opening up on the Matilda 2. Courtesy of the over repairs, the first shot ends up doing not too much. Second shot though makes an impact. 6-pounder gun engaging. Armored car Marders could theoretically try and flank around here, but isn't. Again, we can sort of see here that window shopping is seemingly strong to manage more here. And up north, Jaeger squad somehow survives there, mostly because he lost all the Thompson guys as he has down to the bazookas. Close call there. Panoramics with another foot guard section. What will window shopping follow up with next? Guessing it's still like just saving up for the Tiger. The Schwerer Panzer. Until they're hanging back, awaiting repairs, but theoretically could get spotted by the Germans and hunted down. Window shopping also floating a fair bit of munitions at the moment. 219, it could be laying down mines, it could be upgrading that final Jaeger squad, it could be upgrading his pioneers and minesweepers or flamethrowers. Honestly, a lot here I feel like that window shopping could be doing, but so far is not. I imagine much to the great relief of panoramics. Northern point, we see the Australians moving in there, like dingoes on the search for babies. They go for that point. Marder, they move straight to the 6-pounder gun. Definitely not where you wish to be sending your Marders, as they of course will be easy targets for the 6-pounder gun. He could also deploy smoke with his Jaegers. There we go, bit late to the party, and he does wise retreat here. In the south, though, Jaegers move for the smoke, only to find both Matilda and the foot guards at pretty point-blank range. That's obviously going to be a retreat there. Marders are, I think, just wrecking the buildings here, actually, by the looks of it. Maybe she's hoping to get lucky, I don't know. Foot guards coming up for the main road. Machine needs to turn around to deal with them. There we go. I think he's still shooting the building. We got more to their smoke. I'm not entirely sure I'd smoke that building, if anything. Oh, that's a misclick there by Panoramics. That he's got something really aggressively. I'm not entirely sure if it's brilliant or not so brilliant here. It does look to be part of a larger assault here, but still very risky there. Machine gun wiped out though, as window shopping ends up being a bit too slow to react to it. Great, of course, for Panoramics and the British 7th Armoured Division, as the lines of the 15th are going a bit haywire. Jaegers all out in the building, which is slowly crumbling. Walls giving out. Windows long since gone. And never mind the furniture. Making a move with that MD-42. Jaegers doing what they can. Still hasn't upgraded that final Jaeger squad. Should be able to get a wipe on the machine gun. Yup. Pioneers flanking in. Martyrs still not doing much in the South. Colonials. Armored Car Queen like trying to do something here, but again, window shopping feels like he's suffering from a bit of case of aggressive tunnelation. Like he just refused to like think about flanking his opponent, despite it being some pretty great angles from hitting the Matilda here from an angle where it's really not going to be protected against much. I feel like that's definitely a bit of a slip there by window shopping tactically versus Panoramics, which is benefiting a lot. We got the Bishop that being prepared. Interesting choice there, considering he's got an opponent with mostly infantry and self-propelled anti-tank weapons. Which is not going to make the Bishop's going to be useless, but it may not be the most effective environment to send it into.
We should spend our munitions at once.
300 munitions. Window shopping is floating an awful lot, but is still not really doing much with his economy. At least munitions-wise. And it feels like he is slowly setting up for the Tiger tank. I mean, he probably might get for it faster if he did more with his munitions to gain more experience faster for those command points, so again, some room for improvement there. Like, I'm still not sure he hasn't upgraded that final Jaeger squad. Like, why not just go for that, you know, final set of scope G43s or the Panzerschrecks? Like, I'm not entirely sure what's committing him to that strategically questionable decision. Meanwhile, Foot Guards moving in, of course, seizing upon the isolated and unsupported Martyrs, who are very vulnerable to aggressive British/Scottish troops with bazookas. I mean, admittedly, most people will be vulnerable to aggressive Scotsmen with bazookas. Doesn't matter where you are. You're suddenly faced with a Scotsman with a bazooka. When he's angry, you're probably not in for a good time. Meanwhile, in the center, Jaeger's driving through here. Got the 6-pounder gun, but he did lose the 2-1, which at this stage really hadn't done too much. Except maybe take out the Humber. Except it didn't because he withdrew it. Yeah, it just ended up being a bit of a waste there. 6-pounder gun knocked out. Foot guard charging in, machine support as well here. Matilda, though, to the rescue. Martyrs can't use his support, obviously. Even pop Blitzkrieg. What on earth? Guess just to get them out. The Jaegers need to withdraw here. Smoke is being deployed. That's nice at least, but yeah. Window shopping here. Struggling a bit to keep the match going. Oh, the fight going here.
We have 100 points left.
100 points left. Need to get on those victory points. He needs to exert better map control. He needs to, like, you know, keep a better picture of the map. It definitely feels like he's suffering from some, unfortunately, heavy tunnel vision versus his opponent. And he's also trying to set up for the Tiger tank. With less than 100 victory points left. I feel like here, window shopping is pulling an aggressive bet there towards the Tiger tank. Like, he's betting the entire house. Even as his wife is begging him not to bet the house on the Tiger tank. His kids are begging him. His cat is begging him. And that's a cat, obviously. He doesn't even understand the concept, but he can probably sense that something is wrong with his bet. Yet so far, window shopping continues to bet everything on that Tiger tank.
Ability ready for you.
Jaeger's moving in.
Alarm. Sector overrun.
We got the Mard of 1 here ready. Second Mard causing repairs. Surprisingly, we haven't seen much more armor of Panoramics. And there you go. Foot Guard sweeping in again. Thompson's blazing down Hotlet. Sappers moving up the center and the south here. We got Australians versus Jaegers. And he's finally upgraded the final Jaeger squad with more scope G3. So at least it's an upgrade, you know. Like, he's doing something with the munitions, though. I don't think he's still laying down many mines, if any. Pioneers that spotted, routed. Somehow, maybe Jürgen survives that. Yeah, Brutal encounter, Mortar 5 versus Mortar 5. Of course, the British one has the advantage of the fortification. In the south, Matilda moves in. Jaegers, he almost got the Australians. That could be another wipe here against Panoramics. Needs to get on that side of the victory point. Needs to get the Martyrs down here. Like, I'm surprised he's not keeping the anti-tank gun close to the Matilda. And there you go, window shopping. Finally has the Tiger tank. Meanwhile, Panoramics bring up the Matilda. More Matildas, that is, to be specific. But the Tiger tank is here. The Tiger is ready, meine Herren. Matilda right up the center. The Tiger tank definitely could cause some problems here unless window shopping aggressively mismanages it. Like, say, Microsoft mishandled the Halo franchise. But anyways, foot guards are being pushed back. Tiger tank needs to get a bit more, you know, into it. Australians, they're about to get a hell of a door-knocking experience there. So Tiger tank announces its presence with a high explosive shell through the dining room. 6 pounder gun caught in a bad spot. There we go. White getting a reasonably accurate, realistic depiction of what happens to an anti-tank gun once spotted by an enemy tank, in particular Tiger tank, because pretty much all anti-tank guns' survivability dropped to near nil once they were spotted by an enemy tank, because the gun shield did not actually provide a lot of protection against high explosive shells. But once they were spotted, they were typically dead, so a lot of the tactics involving anti-tank guns were just about getting the enemy tank out before it has a chance to shoot back. Tiger engaging the Matilda 2. Jaeger swiped out there. He's called in some fresh ones though. Thumbs up to that at least. Though, of course, should upgrade them. Tiger tank from the Matilda. Still needs to be careful not to extend because the foot guards on the flank of the Tiger tank could do a lot of damage.
All crews, Blitzkrieg is now
Blitzkrieg. Most in this case to try and, you know, extricate his Tiger tank from an otherwise bit awkward situation. Then we got 82 versus 407. Quick dispatch and force try and grab the northern victory point. Tiger tank hastily escaping. They're pulling back towards the Pioneers in the center there. Australians here pushing in. Might want to get the Pioneers to contest the point, or some Jaegers, anything. Not much response there otherwise. Fresh rail troops out of the British base for Panoramics. He's going for the 17 pounder gun in response to the might of the Tiger. From the 504th Schwerpanzerabteilung. 3rd Heavy Tank Company sent in to establish control here of Pachino once more. Foot gun for all Tiger tank exposed to the rear there. Or sidearm at least. Definitely far from ideal. Should definitely pull that a bit further back here, I think. Oh, that was a reasonable shot. We got a lone Jaeger Scorpion dispatched northwards to seize the northern victory point. In the south side here, British forces are looking to find a new path here towards Pachino. And we got Panoramics with the 17 pounder gun halfway done. Going for the third version because he can't, unless window shopping is completely asleep at the helm, set up a 17 pounder gun, he can easily shoot at it. So he needs the third version. Foot guards very much use their feet to get out of there before the Tiger tank eradicates them. And there go mortar crew almost snuffed out. We got Pioneers right next to the base of Panoramics. We got the 17 pounder gun there, ready to meet the Hunnic menace. And up north here, Jaegers versus the Australians. Scoped weapons versus scoped weapons. Matilda following up here to further inflict pain and terror. So they make something seized. Gonna need some forces down there.
Victory point lost.
Up north, the Jaegers are left to their own devices. The Matilda moves in, plus the Australians. Ace level there, but they may not survive. And now, window shopping goes for a Bibble and flak pants. I mean, technically, not a bad idea. There's still plenty of infantry and support weapons, but it certainly feels a bit awkward. And Zmart is just parked in the center there instead of trying to hunt down the Matilda. Tiger tank moving up here, though, supported by some lone Pioneers. Arse first. Not ideal there, unless, of course, you're the British. Needs to get on that southern victory point, but seems like, again, window shopping suffers a bit from heavy tunnel visioning. Meaning he kind of forgets at times about the rest of the battlefield. He focuses on just one small part of it. Which, again, helps out Panoramics if he can handle more than one thing at a time. There you go. German forces north, southwards. We got the Vibram Flak Panzer there. Australians there getting a hair-raising experience as the 4 20mm autocannons rip into them. Let's see a white here on the Australians. That would obviously help out a lot. We need to not forget about the victory point. Almost got the foot guards doing a lot of damage here. Need to turn the gun around there. Got 2 focus then, try and take out the Australian section, which is fine, but this allows the foot guards to get the white there on the Flak Panzer. That is obviously anything but ideal. We still need to get that southern victory point here. So that was a great kill there for Panoramics. Exposed their window shopping from, again, tunnel visioning, and took out his Flak Panzer as a response. Of course, right now there is definitely a bit of a contentious problem here from, which is there's 2 Ace Jaeger squads here out from window shopping, which means they can do a lot of damage. There's scope G43s and the regular G43s. Also, fun fact about the G43, the Germans, well, Zafira, actually sort of roughly at halfway through the war had actually sort of thought about making sure that was like, you know, the main rifle of the German army. Of course, now mind the problem getting like, you know, that many G43s out, but again, by that time, the, you know, sort of slowly becoming a thing, and so that kind of really went nowhere, but that sort of little fun bit there. Around that southern victory point, needs to be engaged from the Matilda again, low on health, foot guards moving forwards, and we got the Martyrs going great here in the rear of the Matilda. 17-pounder gun is hanging way back all the way up there. Seems like Panoramics thought it was a great idea until the Germans started around moving their tanks in a way that wasn't quite to his liking. Foot guards moving forwards here. They want to get the Tiger tank based in the center. Northern point falling here to the British. Has fallen, in fact. Foot guards based in the center. We got the Gammon bomb on the MG42 crew. Almost taking out the entire gun crew there. Foot guards forced away though as the Jaegers move in. Tiger tank continues from tense position. Matildas and Sappers on the move. Finally getting a move on with the 17-pounder gun. We got MP40s, we got Breakthrough, could of course go for the Mechanized Assault Group or the Incendiary Bombardment run there. I imagine it's going to be an Incendiary, so I'd be fairly surprised he went for the Mechanized Assault Group at this point in the match. I mean, I'd love it, but it would be a bit of a surprise. Martyr down. Wrecked by the British Empire. Not entirely sure where it bit the bullet. Foot guards here could go down. Panoramics, there are suffers the white P8 17-pounder gun fine in position versus the Tiger tank, but losing a foot guard section like that is horrifying. And now he might even lose the Matilda 2 here. Down it goes, a smashing hit here from the German army. Brutal. Another great shot there. Does look like here that window shopping, despite some unfortunate tunnel visioning, has staged a bit of a solid comeback against Panoramics. Seemingly spent the lead here. I mean, he's still got a chance. His opponent's still on victory points, but he's starting to lose a lot of units without really doing, you know, enough damage on his opponent to, like, really make up for that. Got more Jaeger stuff for window shopping. There will be 4 Jaegers, and crucially, without Panzerschrecks. Which I'm sure is going to be something most people now expected to see. What? 4 Jaegers? No Panzerschrecks? But here we are. So I guess thumbs up to window shopping on that account.
300 points remaining.
Strange seeming met with the Jaegers again, ace level versus no level of efficiency at all. That is definitely a bit of a gap, man. A bit of a canyon of anything to try and cross there. British mortar crew. Oh, and there we go. GG, game over. Panoramic surrenders. A victory for the German army. Despite some unfavorable early game decisions and some strong early game moves from the British player, they struggled a bit to consolidate. Just, I think, really exploit some of the gaps they had. They also, I think, at times similar to window shopping, got a bit too focused on the center. When again, like the initial success came from really good, like, you know, non-tunnel vision play going for this cutoff points, and he just kind of forgot about that as the match went on, meaning he allowed his opponents like just drag him down and then sort of beat him up. Like, I feel like he was close, but again, just tunnel vision again can be a dangerous like, you know, enemy and company heroes. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Ancient. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for the next episode. Bye, everyone.